Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Failure Made Monsters.
That's
Dane,
us.
how's it going, buddy?
It's pretty good, man. I mean, it wasn't,
man.
but now seeing your face, it's better.
That's just what this punum does for the world.
Yeah,
For the masses. It's what we do for all two of you watching the show. Hi, I'm Santino the Misfit, and this is my co-host, compatriot, and cohort.
Dane Alexander, but you can call me the Great for short, though.
You can, and this is Failure Made Monsters, where we talk about everything from porn stars to politics, current events, music, signature sex moves, just nothing off limits. And we usually like to do it with a guest and a drink. And our guest this evening is the one, the only Doc Coyle from the band Bad Wolves, also the legendary metal band God Forbid, as well as the insanely popular podcast, the X-Man podcast. So check that shit out. So
which we should go on.
That's right. He does some stuff, man. He gets around. I think he's got a couple blogs out there. He did some shit with the NBA. Doc's a busy dude, man. He's a busy dude. A funny, smart motherfucker too. If you don't follow him on Twitter, you're just missing out. So anyway, news first before we get Doc on here, right? I know you had some stuff you wanted to talk about, right?
I got a couple things.
So let's break the ice with some good news, some interesting, fun news that has nothing to do with politics.
Is there interesting, fun news? Oh, sir, do tell.
A little tidbit I found before we came on the air, right? I just thought it was interesting, and maybe I'm the only nerd here who does, but apparently, fossil footprints were found in North America that show humans were here over 21,000 years ago.
So wait, was that Adam or Eve or?
It's Adam and
I don't
Steve.
know. I don't know what you're saying, sir. Sir, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
no. 6,000 years, sir. That's all we have.
No.
Well,
no. I don't know what you're talking about, but there was something
this
about
isn't my podcast.
And aliens and multiple wives, and I'm mixing things up.
Oh shit! Some about pyramids and who built them.
Interesting news there. So take a look if anybody wants to dig up some more information on that. I just thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun little tidbit for you.
That's pretty dope.
The footprints of the earliest show evidence of humans in America. Apparently, they've been here since before the last ice age. So, fun stuff. Now,
way before Christopher Columbus.
Way before Columbus and Amerigo Vespucci. All right. So, speaking of the ice age and Neanderthals, Marjorie Taylor Greene was caught wearing a mask in an airport. That was fun.
Nice.
That was fun. Enjoyed that one quite a bit.
That's great.
That was my segue straight into the real shit.
Yep.
Also, when we signed off last, we were wondering whether or not because we're coming to you from sunny Los Angeles, California. We were wondering if our governor, Mr. Newsom, would remain, and he sure shit did by a very large margin. Wasn't even
fucking embarrassing.
Huge waste of fucking money.
Huge waste of money.
And then as if like just didn't skip a beat, just to rub it in, everybody. The same week or so that we've been off, it's been announced California has the lowest COVID rate.
I saw that
in the country, right?
Look
lowest
at us.
COVID rate in the country because we have
who would have thunk? Not me,
right? Because we have nearly 70% full vax with another 8% has at least one shot. And on the flip side of this, I believe Texas has one of the worst COVID death rates, more like 280 a day or something.
Sorry, Austin.
That's where the fuck we're at, and I don't need to, it doesn't take a lot to extrapolate why. So,
pretty.
So we're gonna leave it at
2 + 2 = 5.
Get it. Real quick, if you are watching this live or you're, on the YouTube or Twitch, feel free to hit us up in the chat. We always check it out.
Definitely hit us up in the chat.
Everybody joining us this evening, we appreciate you guys. If you have any questions for Doc when he comes on as well, drop them here in the comment section and the chat section, and we'll bring them up.
Also send dick pics for specifically Tino.
Correct. That's exactly what it says on FailureMadeMonsters.com. It says to send me nudes, not you, me. Just so do it.
I'll accept nudes. If you don't
say to send them to you. Anyway, all right. So I know you wanted to get into this, right?
Yes.
There were two topics. So let's get serious for a second before we have a little bit of fun with Mr. Coyle.
Yeah. So first and foremost, shout out to the fact that it's been a year since Breonna Taylor was murdered in her bed while she was asleep, and weird, no one's been convicted of that. So I wanted to just make a quick note of that for anybody that wasn't aware.
I can't believe it's been a year.
Quick, right? Like it just shot by. And I mean, I know there was a breaking and entering, fucking charge on one of the officers, but that's pretty much it. Like
most obvious of them.
Yeah. So, fuck them. Anyway, I woke up aghast, pretty fucking shocked at the border situation. Apparently, because Haiti, who very recently suffered like a catastrophic earthquake and that killed thousands, and their president was just fucking murdered. Understandably, a lot of them are fleeing the country and trying to come here for some kind of asylum or help. And how do we greet them as Americans on horseback with, I'm going to use the air quotes, whips? So there's footage that came out that
were they long reins? Is that what they really
so they were long reins, and really like excessively long reins. And somebody actually said, well, were they whips? And I'm like, no, look, I was born in Texas. I rode horses when I was a kid. I know that reins.
Pause.
Yeah.
I require, nay, I need
Fuck
in my
you.
life photographic or video
there's pictures.
evidence
there's
of
pictures.
you on a fucking horse.
Yeah, there's pictures.
I need
There's
this.
pictures. Yeah, for sure there are.
As a matter of fact, if we do not have said visual evidence by the next episode, I will sit here and say nothing.
I'll get you. I'm adorable. I got fucking boots on, cowboy hat on, and everything. I was really a Texan. You know,
I'm so here for this.
I'll
try and dig up me with a mullet. It's out there.
Seriously though, somebody brought up, like, to me, I posted about it, and somebody brought up, they were like, well, is it a whip though? And I'm like, yeah, but is that the most important question to be asking? Because I feel like the most important question to be asking is how the fuck in 2021 you need to be on fucking horseback to keep desperate people at bay. And that to me feels like an overreach of just. And then what came out next was someone overheard one of the Border Patrol agents on horseback saying, well, if you it's despicable. I'm paraphrasing. It's despicable that you're using your kids and your women as defense, like basically saying you're putting them in the way of us. And it's just, we got to do fucking better. We just have to. Like, I don't care where you stand on what side of the aisle you stand on. That it's not necessary. That's people. And I actually sent it. Shout out AJ Channer. I sent it to AJ when I first saw it, and he's like, it's like they're getting to live out their fantasies. And it's true. Like, if you know people that take those Border Patrol jobs, by and large, I'm not going to say all, but definitely in those spots, like in the Texases and the Arizonas of the border, there is some kind of satisfaction that comes in, like having the ability to do it in such a demeaning way where you're like, okay, we're gonna break the horses out on them. You just know that wasn't something that they ran up the food chain to make sure that it was, you know what I mean, that it was the right way to approach the situation. So
yeah, it's definitely harkens back to the times that they regularly harken back to.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, and
quirk to find down there,
and everybody knows it, and you know what I mean. Like, it's one of those things that's just so blatant that you don't even have to ask the question. You don't even need to hear the answer to the question. You know what the fuck they're doing. Anyway, but I'll digress because I don't want to take the whole show.
No, fair enough. But you are making good points. And speaking of cowboys, Ted Lasso swept the Emmys.
Love Ted Lasso. Well, I knew.
Come on, right?
I knew that he would, because I love that show is so endearing.
If you're not watching
it, watch it. It's so great.
If you're not watching it, watch it for sure.
It's like go ahead.
All I can do anytime something goes wrong now, I go full Roy Kent. I'm just like, fuck.
But it's like, okay, if there was a Mr. Rogers or like a fucking Blue's Clues for adults TV show,
Ted Lasso
is totally
no contest.
It just makes you feel like, yeah, you know what, that is the way to look at it. You're right. Way to go, Ted. But the other thing I did want to mention, there's no segue for this, Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, that's been an interesting one. Just watching the video of the president there trying to explain that they had to like divert human beings and resources to actually trying to hunt down and investigate whether or not
that happened.
That was just
colossal fuckery,
next level idiocracy shit. And I'm like, all right, this is
dumb shit. And then it's like, so apparently they were flying some banner of a picture of her face at an anti-vax rally like she's some fucking.
She's not. I mean, I mean, and she's not even like that. It was just like, look, I understand hesitancy and all that stuff, and there's a lot of misinformation and disinformation and yada yada. Like, I get that, but like, you know, the people who are going around saying certain things that we know categorically are untrue, or at the very least are like statistically improbable to affect you comparatively to the thing that it's about you're getting vaccinated against.
When your platform is 23 million fucking people.
Go ahead. For sure. But you know, hey, look, at the end of the day, she's allowed to say whatever the fuck she wants, no matter how stupid it is.
So that's fucking stupid.
I'm just saying, and I'm allowed to say it's as stupid as it fucking was. So that's where we're at. But I
mean,
she's not in an office. She's not an elected official. So you know,
I do just one last thing. They not only was it our president, but like the head of like the medicine in what was it, Haiti, Trinidad. Actually, they had to spend time, man hours, researching what the fuck she said to see if like it was true. Because they're like, we take all of these accusations seriously. We have to find this stuff, research, talk to. He's like, if you knew what kind of a colossal waste of time it was to have to do that. I'm just like, of all the things you could have, of all the hills you could have fucking died on, Nicki fucking Minaj.
I will say though, her tweet about Super Balls afterwards.
Meanwhile, your fucking husband, whatever the fuck, accused of fucking rape
or whatever.
Accused of rape, and his fucking victim coming forward and breaking her silence, and now that's gonna look like, oh, it's just the left trying to take the attention away from the fact that she is right and she's expressing her doubts on vaccination. Fuck you.
Similar to the missing Instagram influencer. And we don't need to dive into that too much because I don't even know enough about it.
I know quite a bit, but
it's clickbait for network TV. Most of it, it's mostly nonsense, and it's escalated. Whereas, like a lot of people probably don't know today, there was a breaking news that reading here, January 6th committee for the insurrection issued subpoenas for information from top Trump officials, including Mark Meadows, who was the former White House chief of staff, Daniel Scavino Jr., who was the deputy chief of staff, Steve Bannon, that grungy, dirty, who was his old advisor, and
he's still pulling strings. Fuck
yeah. So and Kash Patel, who was the Pentagon chief of staff, all of them have been subpoenaed, and that's like we all know about Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend's balls, but no one knows right now. The committee's actually finally making some moves, and the right side's orange god is about to fucking. Hopefully, for the first fucking time in a decade or some shit, see some smidge of consequence for the dumb shit he's been doing. That being said, speaking of dumb shit,
I think
it is time. I think it's time to bring on Doc Coyle. But before we do that, Dane.
What do we need to do? What will we do? Will we cue the music?
We will cue the music.
You ain't fucking with my energy. I don't never stop. You ain't fucking with my energy. Levels never drop. I got the come through energy. I got the desperate energy. I got the big energy. I got the new school energy. You ain't fucking with my energy. I don't never stop.
Hello, Mr. Doc motherfucking Coyle. What's going on, man?
Actually, hold on. I need more light. I did lit differently.
I need more light.
Lit differently.
Well, no, because
aren't you fancy, diva?
Is it choppy? Is it choppy now?
No, you're good.
I fixed it. I looked it up on the internet.
Look at how clean his depth of field is too. That boy, okay, sharp, fix up.
That's what I saw my imperfections. I was like, damn.
It's like, let me get that. Let me get these blemishes right quick.
It's good to see you.
Wait, real quick. I met you at the fucking show, right?
I met you like 5 times, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know damn.
Yep.
Saying, come on, black man, recognize me.
I drink a lot.
He does drink.
What up, Doc? What up, Doc?
Like a lot. Yeah, we were all
good seeing you again.
Shout out to AJ Channer, from the Gods, who was one of our last guests 2 episodes ago. He hooked up, great hospitality as always. When we saw him at 5 Points Amphitheater with Cornerstone, he absolutely crushed it. And we had the great fortune, Dane and I just showed up, and my wife, of running into this handsome bastard just by complete chance. I just turn around and see him just standing there in all his glory,
in all his majesty,
halo behind him,
fucking angels played harps and shit. It was beautiful.
Doc Coyle!
I like this. This is really elevating my ego.
That's how you treat a guest, baby.
I need this positive reinforcement. It's very helpful.
boost,
Thank you,
man.
gentlemen. But no, this is my first. I finally bought a real camera because I want to stream like you guys and get better footage. But I don't know anything about cameras, so I open it. I'm just like, I don't know what the buttons do. I didn't know why it was blurry. I don't know what.
Hey, Doc, let me help you real quick. Call Santino.
Yeah,
Okay.
Boom. That's all I did.
Filmmaker, director,
what the fuck?
producer.
Like, when I started setting up even my rig, I was like, Tino, what does it fucking do? What do I need? He's like, all right, look, chill. First of all, calm down.
First,
Like, you need this cable, this thing. I'm telling you, just text him.
That's it. And then what happened was Dane got everything set up and proceeded to just try and spill whiskey on it every single.
Not try, sir. Not try. Successfully did that. Successfully did that.
Fucking times.
Go back and look back at those episodes, everybody. They're fucking great.
But he didn't spill it so much that we didn't know at the time he was drinking Uncle Nearest constantly. Lots of Uncle Nearest.
Yeah.
So everyone in chat, if you've been here with us, you know. Oh,
you know.
Anywho, so Doc, congratulations. First off, I want to say, so I'm going to give the quick intro. I know we did it at the top of the show. One more time for any of you who are joining us now. Mr. Doc Coyle here is the guitar player from the rock band Bad Wolves. He is the guitar player, and I guess were you one of the founding members of God Forbid, right?
That's so fucking
Yes.
And the host of the X-Man podcast, which features basically every dude that's ever been in a band, previously at some point.
Boom.
So literally everyone ever. Even you had someone on too, and I think I mentioned this to you. Is like one of the most. I was just talking about them. One of the most underrated bands is you had Stevic on from 12 Foot Ninja.
Stevic, but close enough.
Stevic. Sorry, I've never heard anyone actually say it.
Say it.
But yeah, I think they're one of the most underrated like hard bands in
Their new songs
the
are
world.
sick.
Phenomenal, and their videos are still the most insane things I've ever seen. We were just talking about with Scott last week, and I'm like,
That's who you're talking about.
They are the kings of making interesting videos. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on half the time, but I'm watching. I'm like, I can't stop watching this. It's just nuts, man. Fantastic. But I want to say congratulations on the new release of Lifeline off the new record coming out October 29th. That's
just watch that video. It's hard as fuck.
Yep. Fucking DL crushing it. The new guy, man, coming in and not even skipping a damn beat with that banger at all.
I was telling. Never mind. Oh wait.
No, you're good. And also today, I think it was today or within the last 24 hours or so, you guys hit 1 million views already on YouTube on the video, right?
Yeah, it's
fucking awesome.
The metrics are looking good,
bro.
Like
Fuck yeah.
And you also, that was your highest opening radio chart.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's already 22 on the active rock chart after two weeks. I mean, usually that takes a month or two. Yeah. So it's, it'll be, I'm not gonna make any predictions, but I'll put it this way. The last single Bad Wolves put out did not go number one. So that tells you there's only one way to go but up. So
okay. That's the truth, man. And we don't need to get too much into it, but for those who don't know, there is a new gentleman at the helm here, Mr. DL. I just wanted, so I'm not going to get into the
Hughley. DL Hughley is the singer.
DL.
Shut the fuck up.
Shout
out DL Hughley, by the way.
He's very funny.
All the choruses on the song are really fun, and all the albums are really funny.
It's just a lot of yelling.
That's right.
That's all it is, man. Again, not getting into the old shit, just moving ahead, moving up, moving forward, like you said. How has it been working with DL?
DL's a dream. I mean, he is this guy. People don't really know that, he was the main guy for main songwriter and guitar player for a band called the Acacia Strain, who's really a groundbreaking band in that genre, in the metalcore, deathcore genre. And he left the band touring to basically, he started a family, and he wanted to focus on recording and writing and producing. And that's what he's been doing for the last 10 years, is doing that for other bands. And he produced the last All That Remains record. He produced the last Unearth record. And so he's the kind of guy, like, he could go in the studio by himself and come out with a Bad Wolves record, basically. And we'll just, we'll just be like, thanks, DL, for doing all the work. We'll be chilling. But to have a guy like that, has the talent of like an Adam D or a Devin Townsend or a Misha Mansour, kind of a one-man band kind of guy. All this, we had finished like the initial recording of the record, and the label sent us, they go, hey, we want another song, another single like this vibe. And we just went back and started working, and he went back home to Massachusetts, and we just ended up just buying the mic that we used out here with the producers here, and he just ended up. What's that?
Do you remember what kind of mic it was? Out of curiosity.
No, but I can find out. I forget.
Yeah, let me know. I remember you and I talked about the vocal chain and stuff.
It's like $3,000. It's not crazy for mics, but
yeah.
But it's
I mean,
still,
is it not? Who's budget?
I mean, no, I mean, there are like $20,000 mics that some people have.
True.
So, but anyway, so he got that same mic so that basically he could record himself at home and then in his home studio, and then it would sound the same and match everything with the producers we were working with. And so we did probably 3 more songs, and he did it on his own. So you have this thing where it's like we don't have to rely on a studio, we don't have to rely on a producer. And he wrote a whole song. That's I think it's a B-side. I don't think he made the record. Super heavy. He co-wrote another song, and
knowing his background, I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of the heaviest fucking things.
Yeah, it's like tuned to like Z or something. But it's real catchy, real hooky. Yeah. And even writing, we had songs where we'd have music, but we wouldn't have any lyrics or anything. And we would like literally build it from the ground up. And he'd be there, we're all got our pens out, we're writing stuff, and he's on the fly, he can write. And he's just a nice person. Which is like
that's the best part, man.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think that was also a big reason why everyone felt really comfortable with having in the band was everyone just got along so well and it was so easy and so comfortable. And he's just, he's just got a good heart. He's a family man. He works hard, and it's a pleasure to be around. So, and I've known him for like 17 years.
Okay.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's always nice when you can replace such a big part of the band and it just seamless. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this works. Bye. I've seen it done a few times.
Well, it's difficult because with a singer, they'll have a certain style or certain things they do well, and you get someone new. I think you got to be careful not to just go, can you just do the stuff the other person did?
Yeah.
And the thing about DL is I think, he's much more of a singer than he is like a screamer. And he does have a sick, heavy voice that gets utilized on the record. But I noticed early on that's like the stuff where he can really just sing and be melodic is like his comfort zone. So you have to, any band I'm in now, like post the God forbid era, it's always about creating stuff that works for that person's voice, whether that's tuning a song a certain way or like my other band, Vegas Nerve, I noticed he needed a lot of space. So it couldn't be too much guitars, too much interference because you have to give his voice and you want to write the song to cater to the singer. You don't want the singer to try and change what they do for the.
Where the fuck is
so great? Seriously, where the fuck have you been? God damn it, that's so great.
That's why I had to learn. I had to learn how to basically do everything production wise now, which I'm only doing more recently.
And you're doing a great job, Tuners.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But for that reason too, is because trying to find people who understand those things that curtail your voice. The only guy when I've worked with, when I was in Scarlett Carson's, Stone was great. Don't get me wrong, but usually like he would just write his stuff, and I started to bend my voice to his style, the band style, and all. I think PJ9K, who I did the soundtrack of the movie, was one of the first times I've ever worked with a guitar player in like the 15 years I've been doing music, where I was like, hey, I kind of want something in this general style, and I gave him some references and this and that, and then when he did it, he just kept making stuff that was just I didn't feel like I was stretching in any one direction. It was just I was in the pocket almost fucking immediately with everything I wrote.
That's good.
And it's as a singer to have someone to work with a writer or guitar player, anyone who's capable of doing that, it's a fucking dream. I mean, it's like it just makes the thing, because
otherwise the whole process is fucking harder.
Yeah, because it takes some of the, because like, obviously being in a band and just making music in general and all, especially when you're doing it on the level you're doing it, professionally in any capacity where there's these expectations and all this other shit and other people involved, producers and engineers, it turns into a job. It's work. You're still working. People forget that because it's something we enjoy as a hobby as well, that this is also still work. But when there's little things like that, not that little, but when there's things like that shave away at what the part of it that feels like work, because then it just kind of, it feels more like a natural process, and then you can focus on enjoying it more. And
it feels like fun,
have some fun, I mean, this helps too, just a little bit of the sauce, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I should have brought another drink.
What are you drinking? I was gonna ask, what the fuck is that?
The Chico.
Chico. They give me no money though, so this is free.
Is
advertising.
Chico? But what is? I don't know what the fuck that is. That's
It's a hard seltzer. It's a hard
Oh,
seltzer.
okay. All right.
Tequila hard seltzer. Right?
Okay.
Is it?
It might be.
I don't do hard seltzers, guys. Just
I fuck with a hard
whiskey,
seltzer.
man. Fuck.
You don't have to. You already have abs. All right. I have to do this.
Facts.
He just eat, drink, and then goes to the gym a lot, and it's like,
Yeah.
fine. I fucking if I matched his diet and still worked out,
You would not. No.
No
And I was actually talking. We were in Palm Springs for the homie Joey Hollywood. Joey Hollywood. It was his birthday. Shout out Joey Hollywood. We love you. Fucking. It was a surprise party. But like everybody's like, yeah, but it always comes up when I'm fucking lit. Somebody's like, yeah, but if you ate like Dane eats a fucking chocolate cake every night. Look, not every fucking. I eat like. Look, listen. I don't eat healthy. I'm not gonna say that,
shit.
you know, but I don't eat like shit though. I'm not like
no,
just
you're
fucking,
in the middle.
I'm in the middle. Yeah, I cook. I cook. Yeah.
If I had your metabolism, I would eat like you do too.
Yeah,
and I'd work out and keep the maintenance. Like I have one chocolate cake. It take me if I have one a month, it take me the whole next month to work off that one chocolate cake. So
see, I have no concept of that.
Yeah, I hate.
So you're right.
I mean, it's cool, man. To each their own, right? But then again, you're working with all that.
Live your life.
So you know it balanced out.
Yeah.
Doc
Anyway,
knows.
Doc, don't you side with him?
I side with no one. All right. I'm here.
Wait a minute. Doc, you stayed at the show after Santino left, right? You were still there, right? With fire and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I stayed to the end.
So how the fuck come so Santino's leaving? By the way, I needed to bring this up. So Santino and fucking his wife are fucking leaving, and I'm like, hey guys, I think I said this out loud. I don't know, maybe, whatever. I was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Maybe in my head, whatever. Either way, I just went to the bathroom, and I came back to where we were fucking standing. Everybody fucking gone.
Those are not nice friends.
You know why? You know why?
I mean, you were with them. You were there.
You know why though?
What?
Because I left.
Fuck you. Just, sir.
When I leave, the party's over.
With a knife-tipped dildo. Fuck you. No,
I can't even pretend that's true. When Dane leaves, the party's
over.
But
wait, no, I gotta finish this. So this is why. So and I'm looking around, and the show's over. So like it's going. Everybody's going to backstage or whatever, and I'm like looking around. Everybody's pouring out and shit. I'm like, well, they're not gonna answer a text now. That's not. I don't know why. I was drunk. Yeah, they would have. But I in my head, I'm like, fuck it, don't text them. Just leave. So I left.
Dane's feeling a little hurt, is what he's trying to say.
No, I mean a little.
He feels abandoned. He feels left and left alone.
I don't know why you guys couldn't just
carry people. He couldn't take it down.
Whatever, man. I was very not sober. Is all I'm saying.
That's totally fair. Speaking of people who leave, so the X-Men podcast, right? I'm curious, what episode are you on? Like episode 5,000 now or something? Because I feel like you've been doing this for was it a couple hundred, 300 or something?
No, it's 176. I mean, I've been doing it for 5 years though, and part of the reason
I feel like you've been doing this fucking show for an eternity.
Yeah, but like I would tour a lot. I was doing this while I was on the road, so sometimes I'd only get 2 a month.
Yeah,
or something, so sometimes it wasn't as consistent as I would like to be. But ever since the pandemic, I pretty much had 1 a week for the most part. And 5 years. But I wish I had more. But you know what? Quality, not quantity. All right.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Consistency. Okay, I'm still doing it. All right. I'm there for.
See, and you know what? I'm glad you said that, Doc. Doc. You sir, are a gentleman and a scholar, and I appreciate you. And here's why. So Santino likes to bring up, oh, it's good to be doing this and I'm like, bro, we're still doing it. Let's still have let's focus on the project. What's the word? Progression. There it is. Boom, right. I'm drunk.
Boom, I'm drunk. See, what we need to do is
thank you, Doc.
We got to keep getting the Doc Coyles of the world to come on the show to really just to raise the quality of the show, because clearly just the two of us can't cut it. We're just it's just a ragtag bunch here that just all we do is drink and get mad at everybody who's not liberal. That's the premise of this show. And then talk about, I don't know, fucking how old we are. But
I don't want to talk about
referencing bands no one knows anymore.
I don't want to talk about what this piece of glass is from right now.
What the fuck? Is that the glass you've been drinking out of?
You just broke it?
Yo, fuck. I told you. Wait. Did you spill it on your equipment again?
Yeah, I did.
Fuck. Every time.
Well, it's still working.
It's good. We're good.
Real
Good.
quick, I want to highlight this in the comment section. Mariah says, Doc, just wanted to say hello, and I want to say you are brilliant, all caps, with your craft. Big purple love heart.
Oh, Mariah, thank you. You're too
Thank you,
kind.
Mariah.
Very, very sweet.
Far too kind. I'm not
Far
great
too
at
kind.
accepting compliments, so I'll just,
It's true, actually. You are not great. You are oddly bad at accepting compliments. Because I mean, and I say this as someone I've known you for quite a while, and I've complimented you as now we're like it's not like we're strangers at this point. I'll give you a compliment. You still seem to shy away from it. I'm like, but it's me, Doc. It's me saying it.
So you know it's real.
Because you know what? No matter what opportunities I get, I always just feel like it's luck.
Same.
Because there's so many talented people out there. There's so many people that I admire, and I'm always in that position of wanting to do better, wanting to be better, write a better song, write a better solo, do a better interview. Anything I'm involved in, I'm always like involved in that thing of, man, look at that, man, that person, they've got it together. They have their shit together. Look at how productive they are. Look at how much care they put into their craft. So I'm always thinking of like, it's good, but is it good enough? You know what I'm saying? But it's not about perfectionism. I think a lot of it is just how can I find, especially getting older, being my most authentic self. Sometimes that comes with imperfections and mistakes and going like, hey, this isn't perfect, but that's kind of cool too. You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the other big thing too is not even just being perfect, but maybe not being current or commercially relevant now, or just kind of borrowing from what you liked when you were so like I said I've been doing my own production and stuff lately, and I think we've talked about this too, but like I've been starting to mix genres that I grew up listening to that aren't really as prevalent. I've always been so hung up on like, all right, I need to try and be ahead of the fucking curve, which I did with X, Y, and Z in this project and that project and whatever over the years, and it was always about that. It wasn't about just like what just comes out of you and then start fucking around with that and just shape that to the point where it's like, okay, this feels more like me. And it wasn't until I got into my fucking like early 30s, I'm like, oh, I'm starting to kind of figure that out. And it's really just this weird blend of like hip hop, metal, like Prodigy break beats and shit, and like just this weird hodgepodge of stuff that if I were trying to make something, with some type of blueprint or template, it wouldn't exist. But
Two
because
things.
of all the oddities of you gotta what?
One,
I'm glad you didn't drink out of that, by the way.
It's taking everything in me not to fucking drink out of it.
Drinking out of it. It's a
No,
giant
I want to
glass
so bad, but there's a piece of glass like in it, and I'm like, fuck.
Don't.
All right, whatever. But also,
we'll give you look. You get a mulligan if you need to get up and go re-pour another drink.
I do, but wait, but I want to piggyback off that real quick because I was in the studio last night and I was working with this producer. Shout out YLTP, and she's like, yeah, it's not really like normally the kind of music that I do, but I want to try this thing. And I'm like, okay, well, here's what I would say. And after having been in like music for as long as I have, like, just make it, just make it. Cause there's so much stuff that when I was younger, I was afraid to do because I was like, for instance, I wanted to do fucking metal when I was fucking 14, 15 years old, but I was like, well, I'm black. Can't do that. That's not going to make any sense. I wanted to make a certain kind of art. Or
wait. You're black?
Holy shit. Ask the cops. They'll tell you.
Dark humor.
Yeah. No, commentary. No. But no. So it's like, but now I'm like, just like you said, Doc, like you get to this point where it's like, you want to find what it is that's like is your most authentic self, and then you realize like way later, like damn, I could have been happy doing this thing for all this time. So it's like whatever it is, however far out or whatever it may seem, do it. You can rein it in later. That's what I.
Well, it kind of bums me out that you said that you felt about being black had some
definitely
thing to do with you not feeling okay with doing that. Was that your environment? Was that
yes,
black people in your environment saying that's not cool, that's not what you're supposed to be doing?
It was mostly black people in my direct like kind of vicinity that were like,
that shit pisses me off. It pisses me off so much.
Like if I brought around like fucking GNR or something like that, it was like, what the fuck is this shit? Nigga, turn this shit off. And I'm like, but it's dope though if you listen, if you take a second. But yeah, it was that was definitely there until Like once I got out of Chicago, it started to kind of change a little bit. But yeah, it definitely it's there.
When we're young,
Yeah.
the biggest thing we want to do is fit in. The last thing we want to do is be a pariah, be a weirdo. You know, and I was always a weirdo, but I feel like I didn't really have a choice. You know, when you're mixed, you don't fit in with anybody. So I was just comfortable being like, do my own thing. And that's, you know, had that Walkman. You exist in your own world. You don't have, it doesn't have to be a collective experience. And then we just found, like, it was like me, my brother, and our boy John, who was black, and he liked metal. And we would just stay in our house, draw comic books, listen to Metallica. And it wasn't about like, oh, I needed to find acceptance. We kind of knew we were doing our own thing. Yeah. But I don't know. I never had that thing of like, oh, I need to do what other people are doing. Because once that bug caught me for rock and metal, it was like, it was over. Like this was like my life.
You know, it's funny. Mine, I wanted to fit in when I was younger, and I'm obviously not black. But I wanted
really?
to.
Shut the fuck up. Let me see your dick.
Like, you what?
Huh?
You're saying you got a big junks.
No,
show everybody your dick if you're really not black. First of all,
it's got the Wendy tattoo and everything.
Well, you know, he's Italian. You know, and
the
Moors conquered Sicily.
Say it again. Say it with your chest.
Don't tell my wife that. No, but for me, it was like my issue was like I wanted to be the front man of a band, and what kept me out of even trying for a long time was being fat. I just didn't see there weren't a lot of like you had a couple of guys who used to be thin and then kind of got heavy over time, but it was I couldn't point to anyone at the time who was like, oh, you started out that way when I was growing up. It was very rare for someone who's like a rock star, anyone I followed, to just be like a hefty dude. It's become obviously far more common and stuff now, which is great. But at the time, it was weird. It was actually one of the biggest motivators for me. And I kind of just said, "Fuck it." Like I said, "Fuck it," and dived into music. And you said before, people, you want to fit in. You didn't want to be the weirdo outcast or whatever and shit. But I just kind of like took that weird 180 turn, like over fucking night, like rated a Hot Topic and showed up to freshman year in high school with like full like manic panic red hair and like the fucking giant Jenkos and the fucking like Mudvayne t-shirt with the ball chain necklace, like black leather trench coat, white.
I miss Jenkos.
Like, full the fuck on, and I just said, "Fuck it. If this isn't gonna work, then I'm just gonna do this." And ironically, by doing that is when I started fitting in with the people that's when I found the metal community and shit. It changed my life. I was literally never. I didn't know I needed that until I had it, and I was just like, that's been my default setting. I joke towards the end of high school when I started losing the weight and I got a nice car and like
what kind of car did you get?
I had a Trans Am.
Oh, did you have a Trans Am?
Oh,
Bird Jersey.
What year was it?
It's a thing.
A Bird Jersey of you. Where did you live?
I had a Jersey. I was in Jersey. I had a Trans Am. I cut all my hair off. I went through for like 2 years. I went through what I call my normal phase. Like everyone goes through like the weird phase, and I did the opposite for like a year or two. I was like, I'd like to get laid one day.
A lot of polo shirts and khakis.
Son. Like just regular blue jeans,
board shorts,
silver t-shirt or some shit, and like skating sneakers, and that was it. And like,
when I tell you,
and then after that, I full went on. Like I said, fuck this. I pierced my lip, pierced my eyebrow, gauged my ears out, started getting my sleeve down. I was like, fuck all this. This is stupid. This normal shit isn't for me.
When I tell you how I couldn't wait, like when I figured out that I was gonna move to California, I couldn't wait to rock puka shell necklaces and like wear cargo pants and like board shorts, because there's no no one wears board shorts in Chicago like that. Not really. Not even in the summer. You don't own that. You own jean shorts, big ass, whatever. I remember I was just like, man, because I had been watching a lot of the OC, and I don't know if you've ever seen the OC or not, but it is a brilliant show. It's a masterpiece in television. You should watch it. I think it's on Hulu. But like, so I was like, fuck, I want to be like the nigga version of Ryan and just pull up with a wife beater and some puka and be like accepted in the white community by lawyers and shit. It was my dream.
I'm pretty sure I've seen some like old memory pictures of you where you were fucking with the puka.
Oh no, I'm not joking. No, I'm not.
You didn't want to.
I'm serious. Yeah, I'm not joking. Yeah, I had the mini ones that were like kind of this thin with like all that, and then I had the big ass ones like the big shells on the like black rope shit. Man, you couldn't tell me shit. I was like, I'm in San Diego, bro. What? You're in Chicago, freezing your ass up. Anyway,
Doc, what was your go-to like outfit that you look back on and you're like, you know what? I don't regret it. I wouldn't wear it now. But I was never
trendy. I was never cool. Like the trendiest I ever was.
Cool you hear what we're talking about?
No, but like the trendiest I ever was like late 80s, early 90s, wearing like Africa medallions, and, like, Black Bart shirts, and Malcolm X shirts. Cross
colors.
Yeah, my mom was a hairdresser, so if you ever see pictures of me when I was young, I had like the high top fade. I had I had checkers, I had blonde streaks. So, but that wasn't really. That was really my mother expressing herself through my head. Yeah. I got like my ears pierced when I was like 7th grade or something like that. But outside of that, like I've always been. It's certain things you don't realize. Or like it was the late 90s, or like everyone kind of had big pants. It wasn't. You just didn't really realize. You're like, damn, our pants were kind of big, our shorts were kind of big, but everyone was doing it. Wasn't that it's like that Dennis Leary joke. It's like apparently there were all the pants were big. You couldn't go to the store and get something different, because that's what happened in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Hardcore bands started wearing girls' jeans because they were tighter.
I was into that.
I remember when the first time I saw Lamb of God.
Mulligan, hold on.
Yeah, go get a drink.
Yeah.
First time I saw Lamb of God, where they were on tour, I think it was Lamb of God, Mushroomhead, and 18 Visions.
Oh, I was at that show.
Yeah, at
Birchill.
Yeah. And I remember and came out. The fuck was that? James and them came out and fucking they were all wearing like the deep scoop neck, tight ass shirts with the skinny jeans and stuff. And you were like, but those are clearly not made for dudes the way they were cut and stuff. And they were just rocking the shit out. And I didn't know how to feel. I was like, I think this is awesome, but I don't know. First off, me too. I was chunky, and I'm like, well, I couldn't wear anything that tight ever. That's not
and they were in good shape, and that's when Brandon. Yeah. That's when Brandon from Bleeding Through was still playing guitar for them.
Fuck, I love Bleeding Through. Fuck.
And listen, that band single-handedly brought the fashion aspect into, and like the imagery into metalcore that changed, literally defined how cool bands and pretty boy bands would look for the next like 10 years.
Yeah.
So they're at the forefront. Wow. And by the way, James, the singer, came out and he was wearing like this like leather jacket kind of thing and like a scarf, and he did a move. He did like I'm on a Harley move, like doing a song. I was like, that's the coolest move I've ever seen. I'm sure he stole it. From like Danzig or somebody, but it was a great move. It was beautiful.
Years later, we ended up doing a bunch of shit with Burn Halo for a while and stuff. And like James is like, he's that dude that you just I think I kind of have him figured out, and then I immediately do not. And then like he was like I thought I knew it was from an 18 Vision stuff, and then I thought I kind of just from the like a far distance thing, and then I met him and I'm like, oh, I was wrong. And then we do one gig or something to be, all right, cool. And then the next gig, he's cutting people's hair on the side of the stage. I'm like, the fuck is going on? Like he's just that dude, just all over, man. Yeah, he's just a total sweetheart. But it was a fucking trip. It was a trip. Him and Joey rocks. Where I had some of the best memories I had when we were doing the early shit was with especially with Joey, man, too. I fucking love that kid. But shout out James and him. And 18 Visions is back now too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which is fucking awesome.
You guys have heard of Terror, right? Or is that just me?
Of course.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Cool. Homies. I toured with Terror back in 2007.
I would say this.
I do kind of know everybody.
You know everybody. You literally I'm blowing up your spot right now. I feel like you could call Kirk Hammett right now.
Well, I could.
I'm not saying do it. I'm not saying do it. I'm just
not on the spot.
I'm just pointing out.
Here's the thing:
if you wanted to,
from James Hart, Terror,
I doubt he would pick up.
Kirk, yeah, he's all over the place, man. Doc knows everybody. Doc's one of those. See, this is the thing. When I throw you compliments, and you're like, "Oh, just lucky," and I'm like, Lucky doesn't have a network like that. You go out, you
mean,
do
that's
shit
true.
constantly. You put yourself
Yeah.
out there, and you happen to be very good at what you do.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I really care
Plus work,
about
man.
the community that is heavy music, and I don't care if that's hard rock or hardcore or punk or metal or death metal or whatever. It's, all we really have is that community. It's nothing like going to a big festival and you run into your friends and you're watching your favorite band and everyone's headbanging and high-fiving and doing, it's like that's, or even if, like I said, this is one thing I learned during the pandemic. It wasn't just the shows. It was not being able to go into a rock bar and listen to like AC/DC on 50 and and share that with other people.
And then those bars subsequently closing down.
Yeah, a lot did. A lot did. A famous bar in the UK called the Crowbar went out of business, and they luckily they had a fundraiser, and they're opening a new location, but it was there for I don't even know how many decades, a real legendary spot. So
the Saints almost went under too back in Asbury, our old stomping grounds. The Saints
yeah. I mean, listen, it's like I said, we lost a lot of good men, and as in men, we lost a lot of people during this as well, and a lot of lives, but businesses and venues. And to be truthful, I'm amazed as many are still here. I think that's it's a blessing. I think just to be able to do this thing, I think most of us, not that maybe we did before, but at least now we're definitely not going to take for granted the opportunity to play a show, to do like I said, tomorrow I'm playing my first show. I'm just doing one song with the band, but it's my first show since February. It's this band Royalty Call. It's just a local LA band, some really nice guys, and they asked me to do some guitar work on the song. I did like this acoustic kind of classical intro, outro thing, and a guitar solo, and I was just like thinking I would never do anything. Like, hey, you want to come play live? And it's like a lot of parts that I had to learn, and like I gotta switch here. I'm doing a solo here, and I'm doing like classical shit. I'm like, goddamn. I'm like, you guys are fine, but I'll probably fuck it up. If anyone's gonna fuck it up, it's gonna be me. But it's funny.
The capacity to memorize, because you did Rebel for a while. I mean, that's all covers and shit. Learning. Look, that's one thing about like acts who do covers and you do like 3 45-minute sets or whatever. Like, that's a lot of shit to fucking remember. Yeah,
I have an amazing memory for music.
That's and you seem to work the shit out of that muscle with all the different.
I want to say if that's an invite for us.
Oh, I've already been on it.
I wasn't aware. I'm
just gonna call you one day and be like, "Yo, we're doing a show. Are you in town?"
No. I just mean for tomorrow. Where's this?
Well, it is sold out, so I don't know.
Oh.
Kind of a hot ticket. They knew Doc Coyle was showing up, so tickets just actually no. The reason the show sold out super well in advance because it's Soulfly is headlining and Dino Cazares from Fear Factory is playing guitar, so it's like a big. Okay. Yeah, it's a big event. So, but I will. To you guys lie and take credit and be like, that was the Doc. I say the Doc Coyle bump. It's not a venereal disease. It is when
you add me to the bill.
You're gonna get those extra 50, 75 tickets out the door. Just saying.
God, man.
Okay.
That's it.
Say less.
I'm worth at least.
I really need you to play our show next time.
I'm worth between 13 and 75 tickets in any
just me.
In LA. Wichita, Colorado Springs, and New Brunswick, New Jersey. Just those places.
Have you played Wichita?
In Jersey.
I have.
Is Wichita, Kansas a good gig? Really?
Depends. It could be good. It could be bad. Depends.
I mean, there's people everywhere.
You know what it is? It's like the middle America down south. There's certain stuff that does really well there, and then there's some like bands like more hipstery. Cool people kind of bands tend to do better in the major cities and the coast and stuff. So it really depends what you're doing. For a band like Bad Wolves, Middle America was really great.
Yeah.
Has been great.
Absolutely. I think that's been the last bastion of rock and roll and hard rock in general.
Yeah, because that's where all the radio they still have rock radio stations. And it's and the kind of style we do, which is that type of stuff. That's the core audience, really. It's like working class.
Yeah.
Real America, right? Not out here in California.
We know why other people took specific actions as a result of that demographic.
That's what I'm saying. But I love real America. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a metal band, rock band, they're paying your bills. You better.
Yeah. and all the bullshit aside, like if you can get past the like them knowing too much about you off stage thing that's become a phenomenon as a result
will
of social
say-
media. Those are sorry, Dan, but like those are some
No,
of the
it's okay.
like most like badass shows.
Yeah.
Because they love it.
They
It's
love-
the same, like
yeah.
I haven't played out, but I hear Europe in some places in Europe are similar in that way where there's just still this true love for like heavy guitar music that you don't find as much. You find it in pockets on the coasts, but you don't see it as much. Like
I think it's back. Here's the thing. I look on Instagram and all my friends are out touring again, playing shows. And it looks like everyone's playing in front of 75,000 people everywhere they go.
Big
So
real.
I think guitar music, I think rock is very healthy right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it is the healthiest it's been in the last decade.
You know what I have a true love for?
Pandemic, because people missed it even more than I think they thought they would.
When I think about rock music, what I have a true love for is pussy. What I was gonna say, Doc, is
Sure you did.
what I was gonna say is, Doc, there's something that we do on this show, and
You do this.
we do
You do.
and it's basically we like to find out a little bit more about our guests, a little bit personal. For everyone, I feel like I contest that for everyone who is sexually active or old enough to be sexually active, when you're having the sex, when you're doing the dirt, I feel like, especially when you're like lit. We got into a conversation. Funny story, actually. Sidetrack. We got into a conversation about like getting whiskey dick. Has anybody ever? Do you guys get whiskey dick? Is that a thing?
Yes,
No.
I have.
Okay. So anyway, well, if that were the case,
But
right?
that's not the question.
No,
Dan. You are veering.
I'm
sir.
sorry. I veered. I veered.
Too much
Look, I
glass.
broke a glass. The fuck. All right. So for like to avoid that, whenever I brought it back. Whenever you're having the sex,
Unlike the whiskey dick.
is there a? Of course there is, but what is your go-to move for like, yo, I'm 2 hours in. She's getting the Doc Coyle bump right now, and I'm kind of tired.
You're using it in the wrong context, bro. This is what exactly I was trying to say. It wasn't. All right, you're fucking my shit up right now. All right,
Not a venereal
Could be a
disease.
great precursor though.
this is doing the exact. This is the problem. When I drop
You can't-
punchlines, you'll come and then flip it on me.
You're welcome.
Missy Elliott, stop your with the win yet.
Stop applying meaning to my shit.
I got it. So Doc, what my esteemed colleague here is trying to say, I'll put it a little bit more succinctly for you.
Sure.
Mr. Doc Coyle, what is your signature sex move?
No, I ain't got nothing. All right, I'm shot. All right, this is my best days in that regard have come and gone. All right, it's like listen. I'm just trying to get through. All right,
I'm just trying to survive, man. I'm
trying to. Yeah, that's right. That's
I
right.
have the name.
That's right. Here's the see. Y'all have sex. I make love. Okay.
Oh
That's different.
shit! Can we call it making love, and can we give it the name of Doc Coyle bump, please?
I'm sorry. I already
no.
have the name based on
You
the
know,
name.
I'm a sweet and sensual lover.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Sorry, Doc.
I sprinkle rose petals.
All right,
Sorry.
and I'm just there to please. That's it. All right, I'm just there. It's not about me.
I'm not mad at you.
Okay, it's not about me. I'm there for you.
I'm
Not
sitting here-
you, but I'm there.
I'm sitting here still. I can't stop on the train of thought I'm on with the beginning of your answer. Because what we do here is we let the guests give us their signature sex move, and then
And
we
his
name
is
it.
making love, coitus.
We
That's right.
name it.
That's
Doc
just
Coyle.
looking in the eyes
Yeah.
and being
But I'm-
present.
Wait! I gotta say this because I just pictured you just like.
That's right. No, it's not. No. It's more like
It's like a.
That's
it's like
Doc Coyle.
It's a
right
longing.
That's right.
It's a romantic longing. All right.
And when he's feeling old and he can't do it, it's the sad wolf, right?
listen. It's just listen. I'm in a committed relationship. Okay, so it's like, your approach is a little different, but still try, but no, but the goal is the same. It's like it's all about her, making sure she's happy. I don't.
You know what?
No, but okay, I'll say this. Okay, you have your time from adolescence to in your 20s and maybe early 30s, where it's like that's all you think about, and you're stuck in there. And then you get older, and now you're not burdened with just being consumed by that all the time, and it's like
True.
freedom because you can focus on other things.
You're not
You
burdened
know?
with glorious purpose.
No, because it's just generally just leads to trouble. So you're better off just keeping your ass at home and writing a new riff. All right.
All right, look, I get you respectfully.
I'm shot. I'm just saying, are you talking the wrong one? I'm just.
Sad Wolf. I
don't want to say. I like the sad wolf. I
also like Doc Coitus.
I like Doc Coitus. Doc Coitus. It's
real quick,
darling. I would like to make love to you.
It's the eyes. The eyes sell it though.
That face earlier. For anyone listening to the audio only version, I'm sorry
you
to watch the video of this because that face, that little section earlier, is getting clipped.
I'm sure, but
the Doc Coyle sexy face is retired. That's it. I can't bring that out
like
anymore.
that from the world though. You can't take.
I can't bring the smoky eye out. I can't.
The smolder.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck. I'll say this. Listen, to circle back, I want to say something about being in a committed relationship. And listen. I mean, the first part can be about her. The part where you're good, and then after that, the rest of this shit, the game closer, that's mine.
Yeah.
I mean, or ours, whatever.
I know that's why your DMs are filled. They know they're like this motherfucker came to play. All right,
he came to put it.
He's the quarterback. He's the receiver. He's running. The return kicks.
Yeah,
playing defense. You're doing it all. Like I said, see.
Sheesh.
I'm just
sir.
I'm a simple man. Let me put it that way. I'm a simple man. I don't need much.
What was it? Mama told me
when I was young.
That's right.
Oh, good. Come sit beside me,
my only son.
You got that for free, people.
Kind of man. That's right.
There it is.
The shine down version.
I'll bust it right now.
Play it. Oh my God.
Someone told me when I was young.
Me.
Can I tell you? All right.
My only son. The lag is not helping.
Listen closely.
Yes.
What I say. And if you do this, it'll help you.
There we go.
Yeah, that's good.
That's Doc's move right there.
By the way, two things. One, there is a Leonard Skinner.
Does anybody else want to sleep with Doc all of a sudden? I'm
See, he lied. He doesn't even have to look at you. He like you'll be over it, getting naked, and here's Doc.
That's right.
I got you, baby. Don't worry about it.
You got magic fingers.
No,
and an X to your hat.
Just FYI, Leonard Skinner documentary on Netflix is actually fucking phenomenal.
No, I want to watch that.
It's really good. And I mean, you put aside, some of their, political beliefs.
Racism?
Yeah, all that. Tough racism. Tough, like deep. But other than that, it's like
these colors don't run.
But it's amazing to see just kind of like, the whole progression of their band and where they started and how they fucking got good and shit. It's like they were like in a dingy ass shack and like made some of the greatest music.
I love some Skinner, all right.
Fuck.
I love Skinner. Like I don't even like, you know what? If your music's real good, I really don't care that if you're racist. I'm like, yo, this shit's good. All right. I think I kind of feel like the hatred makes Chick-fil-A taste a little better. I'm just saying. I'm just saying because it feels wrong. You're like, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing this. It's like the forbidden fruit. I love it.
What you really need to do, you need to buy it Saturday night so you can eat it on Sunday and feel extra dirty.
Yeah, I love watching James Woods in movies. All right, because I know he's really an asshole. He's not acting that much.
But racist smelly Gypsies though. But racist smelly Gypsies though.
Here's the thing. Okay, listen. Can I say here's the thing about Mel Gibson? All right. I think Mel Gibson is more crazy than he's racist.
Crazy,
okay.
Drunken,
Yeah. Like, and listen. Here's the thing. Nothing will take Merton Riggs from me. Nothing.
Wow,
you can't.
You're right.
There's a, There's very little he could do that I ain't gonna go back and go like, yo.
Yeah, I mean, look, he still did that shit though in this movie. I don't know.
Hold it. And can we all like underrated Payback? The one.
Dude, I was just gonna bring that up.
I love that.
Payback.
So
Classic.
The fucking the scene with James Caan and the luggage. He's like, that's just mean,
shoot my luggage.
Man.
Yeah,
that's just mean, man.
My dad and I say that all the fucking time.
Here's my favorite line. He's like, don't worry, I'll get lunch. You see me reaching for my fucking wallet?
It's so good.
Yo, I forget about how much I love that movie. I forgot
it's
about
so good.
Yeah.
I can't find it to stream anywhere though. I think I found it. I think maybe Vudu you can buy it and that's it.
And by the way, there's like a really cool director's cut of it. That's like
it's shorter though, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah,
really?
I think it was shorter. So is the director's cut is good though?
From what I remember, but don't
Lucy Liu in that. Lucy Liu in that.
Yo, peak Lucy Liu.
Peak Lucy Liu. Lucy, like lucky number 7 Lucy Liu. Yup.
Dude,
I remember.
Lucky number 11. That's another fucking
Bruce Willis is like probably the last good Bruce Willis acting, taking a role seriously movie. I felt like
shit.
Like I like you guys you're just busting out like classics of the mid 2000s. Just like it's this new. Sorry. I like it. Such
a good time, man. So many good fucking movies then too, especially like a lot of the Guy Ritchie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, God.
Except for King Arthur.
Well,
Never saw it.
That was later. That was later.
Yeah, don't ever see it.
Yeah, it wasn't great. But
whatever you do, stop that dog from piddling on my seats. Tyrone, this is a stolen car. I don't care. When I'm driving it, it's my car. You stop that dog from piddling on my seats.
Piddling.
No, don't pull up. Then there's some damage.
Listen to me. y'all know
I can't do Kirsty. Kirsty, come here, Kirsty.
I was just
do the
say,
fucking line.
I can't get away with the accent without getting shit from the Brit downstairs. So
tell her to come up now and do the fucking line. Oi, come do the line.
She's yelling at me. Fucking yeah. No, I can't. I'm for the first time. By the way, breaking news. I'm married. My wife. For those of you who don't know, for some reason, if you watch,
you got to reach around. My
wife's British as all hell.
You totally got to reach around. I can see it in your face. You got to reach around.
That was a long time ago from you. It was great.
Nice.
The to me the pinnacle of compliments from my wife, right, has been unattainable for about 4 years or so that we've been together. Because every single time I do any variation of a British accent, no matter how good I think it is and how close it sounds to me, I get shit for it. And she just said it. She goes, "It's never good." She literally just said it again.
I love Kirsty.
But I don't know
the honesty.
A few times over the last 2 weeks, more specifically, the first time last week, I don't remember. I for the life of me can't remember what I said because the immediate after party of saying it was just pure elation. When she goes, "That was really good." I did the British accent and I got the stamp of approval. I don't remember what the fuck I said.
Fuck.
I don't
Mine's
remember.
terrible. I don't care.
Actually, you just said the second thing I said that was really good was a Roy Kent impression from Ted Lasso. Fuck.
Fuck.
See, that was it. That's all I can do now. But I got the stamp of approval. So I'm gonna bask in it for a bit, and I'm not gonna give her any more ammunition by quoting any more Guy Ritchie films.
This is the best one I have. Man. Sorry, that was slurred.
Get that one day with her, you'll feel it. You'll know what I'm saying. You'll feel it in your bones. You'll start sipping tea immediately. It won't even be tea around. Instant.
First of all, coming from Bilbert, I remember that.
He's drinking tea right now.
I don't know how the fuck that meant. No, the only one I can do is don't be a cunt.
I mean, it didn't really sound like
it doesn't matter. I still said it right.
Oh, see, that was terrible. I feel my accent's all right, you know.
Oh, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
She gives me shit for all day, mate. It's just
it's good.
Waffles on about how shit it is, right? But I think
it is. What the fuck is with them and teas? All right, I'm done. I'm not gonna.
I don't know, man. But
I'm not gonna
she gives me so much shit for it. I'm like, I think it's all right, you know.
I think it's pretty good.
It's not bad. It was pretty cockney.
So that's what I'm saying. When I thought so too, but then when she finally was like, "Oh, that was pretty good," I was like,
All right, there we
I
go.
saw the queen.
It's the
and
little
corgis
things.
just appear out of nowhere. It was glorious.
It's the
It was
little
actually the
things.
exact same image that appeared behind Doc when he showed up at 5 Points. It was the queen and the corgis and the halo and the glowing lights and everything.
Oh, didn't I almost fight you over your shoes, bro?
Me?
I was like, yes. I was like, yo, square up, because you had like these
Yes.
J's on,
Yes.
and I was like, bro, let me get those. What's up? Because he wears my size. Look, whatever. It's a joke. It's a joke, people. I wasn't really gonna fight him over
Let me
shoes.
get those
but,
up off you.
But like, you know what I mean? Like where I'm from,
Doc-
if you got
Doc's
J's like that
sneakerhead.
on, you better be. Yeah, I didn't know that, and I think he
Oh,
told
Doc,
me
Doc,
about
you
it.
got
He's like,
the
no, I
J's
can fuck you
collection
up.
on. Right?
I really can't.
How
What's
many
that?
do you got now?
No
50?
shoes. 50? You have 50 fucking pairs of sneakers?
Jordans.
Jordan.
You have 50 pairs of J's?
He's a
For
real.
what? Do
He's
you
a
wear
real-
them?
Because I
You
like
wear 'em?
to. I like to mix and match, and I like to match my
I mean,
outfits.
okay.
And mix it up.
Absolutely.
Look, I get the J thing. I was there when it started to happen. I understand it. I'm never gonna I understand this at this point.
You was there in '85. How old are you?
I don't want to talk to you about that. So what
Okay.
I'm saying is,
Are you one of these non-Asian brothers? You fucking 57 years old and just look the same since you're 27?
so anyway,
if you go look at the pictures with the puka shells, the answer
what
is yes.
what I was saying, the point
He grew a
is,
beard. That was it.
shut up. The point is that I lost my train of thought. No, the point is that I am going to get it back. All right. Yes. I don't personally feel like I would ever need that many pairs of shoes in general. Like I know people that
I disagree. My
and
closet
I've
disagrees.
seen yours, but it's like you look, you can only wear, like, for me, if I got a pair of shoes for that occasion, that's that pair of shoes. Like if I got a pair of dress shoes,
Hold up,
that's
hold
what
up.
I wear for dressy occasions, right?
Pause. Right?
Pause.
Dane, your opinion on the matter doesn't count. Your entire wardrobe consists of black.
It does. That's not even an exaggeration.
And full stop. Period. Done. You have the diversity of wardrobe of like a funeral. It's straight up just black. When you wear
Thank you,
color,
Todd.
it's jarring.
Thank
I think I saw you wear a tan shirt in an ad once on Instagram, and it blew my mind.
Oh shit, I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out Maki tattoo artist. She's great. Her clothing line, HGT clothing. Thank you.
There you
Heavy gold
All right,
thing.
It was like Obama with the tan suit. We were all just horrified. We were like,
What is going on here?
Somebody was like,
You
saying,
elitist bastard!
impeach this motherfucker today.
Immediately.
"How dare you, motherfucker?
Brother.
Did he put arugula on his burger?
No,
it's
the
a great
gum
thing,
shit.
man. Here's the thing. That tan suit, it was not a good look. I'm just saying.
It wasn't a good look.
Nah.
You're too light skinned to also wear tan. You see what I'm saying? You see?
Yeah.
It was
How
more
that
That's
a
work?
crime of fashion.
That's
than it
some
was-
happy ass Hawaiian shit that you did right there. All right.
Facts.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, and to be
You ain't going to a spring wedding, Obama.
This is not the time for that, sir. Leave that at home.
I wanted to wear something.
This ain't the Catalina wine mixer.
The Catalina
Catalina-
fucking
it's a big
wine.
deal.
It's the fucking Catalina wine.
It's a fucking
Yes.
Catalina wine mixer.
I will say this. Somebody was like, hey, somebody texted me. It was like 3 weeks ago. And they're like, oh, are you at this thing? And I'm like, no, I'm not at that thing. And they're like, well, because I swear this is you. And sent me a picture. Dude's in like a purple shirt. I'm like, how the fuck is that me? And he was like outweighed me by like fucking 30, 40 pounds and was like 3 shades darker. And I'm like, bro, stop doing shit. Like, hey, if you have black friends, stop saying that every black person that looks similar to that black person that you know is that black person, because it's not. Just whatever. FYI.
Thanks for the PSA, Dane.
Whatever.
Everybody, here's the thing. Everyone looks alike. All right.
Everybody look the same, but
Ain't nobody look like me except Adam Lambert and Vanilla Ice smashed together.
Adam Lambert for sure.
Vanilla Lambert.
Vanilla.
That's it. Where we're at.
I'm here
All right,
for
so
it.
but before we start to wind down, Doc, I did want to ask you something about your podcast. Actually,
Yes.
First, where can people listen to the X-Man podcast?
You know where people get podcasts at. If you don't know where podcasts at, I think this is like I can't help y'all.
All right,
Get the
fair
fuck off
Right.
the show.
The
Get out of
X
the comments.
X-Man EX-man. My name, Doc Coyle. Look that shit up.
Do it.
God
it.
damn it.
Do it right now.
What does it look like? 411. You look it up.
You Remember
one cell, one blanket, one pillow.
Dude. Anyway, so now I want to ask you about the podcast, right? So you've been doing it for 5 years now. Are you exclusively interviewing people who are former members of bands, right?
No.
Do you bring in some other guys now? It's like people who are still like, because I know like I've
I'll
seen
talk to anyone. That's just a hook.
Like
It was
us.
just it started. Yeah, we don't count. We're jazz this show.
Hey, everybody get in the comments and say whether or not me and Santino should be on the next episode of X-Men podcast.
Yeah, the
I'll talk about how Storm in the last movie had 0 lines.
Yeah,
before she died.
You know,
that was cool.
Wasn't Holly Berry, so it don't count.
That's also
Facts.
true. And all right.
Halle Berry still counts. Always
counts. After they fucked Rogue the way they did, because the cartoon version of Rogue is still the
if they'd have done the movie version like the cartoon version, somebody would have fucked Rogue.
That's fair.
That's
1,000%. And it would have been me. I would have
Facts.
found a way.
Like you're telling me if I fuck you, you're gonna drain my life force and I'm gonna die.
I'm in.
Bitch, pull up. I am not even wearing a rubber. Let's go.
In.
Do you see you? Are you fucking go back and look at the comic books and look at what Rogue looked like and tell me you would fear for letting this bitch suck your life force.
These are the facts.
Small price to pay.
All right, so let me.
I like how Doc is looking like, yup.
Let me bring it back in. So I wanted to ask you about the podcast, right? So you've been doing it for about 5 years now. What is it? And I'm just curious because like we've only had maybe a couple other people who have a podcast on the show. What's your favorite part about doing that show?
Just connecting with people. You know, I think it's this. You know, in a weird way, you have people. They might be your friends or people you've have a history with, toured together, but you don't often have a period of time outside that context where you can literally go deep and ask these questions and like really get into things, because almost like real life doesn't always afford us an hour or two of intimate talking and connection and kind of things like that. So in a weird way, it creates an environment where people can be vulnerable, where they can talk about things maybe they otherwise wouldn't have talked about.
Like their signature sex move.
What's that?
Like their signature sex move.
You just had to do it. You just had to
do it. I mean, we don't do that on my show.
It's like,
it's not, I don't really
highbrow.
You know what you're talking about?
Where y'all
Mark
are.
Rizzo's fucking signature sex move right now?
No, I'm trying not to break up the relationships with the people on my show. So
not what we do,
Are you
sir.
saying this is damaged now? Is it broken?
Not what we do, sir.
Just saying.
We don't give a
Just
fuck
saying.
about you. How about
Just
that?
saying. Just saying.
Now I'm the sad wolf.
I don't need extra static in my life. I got enough static, all right, in the world, all right.
That's so dope.
But that's the best part. And there's certain conversations with people that have been influential in my life, whether they know it or not. And I get to kind of explore like those avenues and kind of, to some degree, it's like been a journey for me to almost put together how I got where I'm at through these other people that have influenced me. So like I just love that whole thing of like telling certain people's stories that maybe haven't been told. Like I had the bass player from Mudvayne, Ryan Martini. He had never done a podcast before. This is before they reunited, and we did like 3 hours and we talked about all kinds of stuff, just life stuff and you can't get that anywhere else except on my show. And that's a really cool thing to bring people in who might be a fan or care about Ryan or care about that band. And they go, hey, I can go here and connect with where's this guy been, what's he been doing, and really have some type of human connection to be a fly on the wall for that. So,
hey, quick question, and this is going to sound random, but it's not. Have you interviewed anyone from Head PE, or like, would you? Like,
I have not. I mean, I would. I mean, I've met Jared once or twice, and a buddy of mine played guitar for them for a while. Really amazing guitar player, this guy Greg. But he quit that not long ago. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't have any like defined rules, but there is definitely a situation where I have to be mindful of the audience, and if I book certain people might not be quite as connected to. If I'm, it's something I don't really focus on too much. but I have to kind of read
Be
the
aware
tea
of it.
leaves and know what the audience wants. So a lot of people might want to do my show, but I'm like, if it doesn't really fit what is right
it's
for
feeling
the show.
personal
Yeah.
now, Dane. It's feeling personal now.
I
No.
mean, it did. Like, are you afraid of dicks, bro? Come on,
Afraid
bro.
of dicks.
Come
I
on,
mean,
bro. Are you
every
scared?
time I use the bathroom, it's a fearful endeavor. It's like
He's like, as soon as I see it, I'm like, shit. Turn
it's
the
like
lights
watching Hellraizer 1, you know, it's just
You just
You
got
know,
like
Dicks
17
flying out of the
Albert.
wall, shocking you
Yeah.
in the mouth and
I'm
shit.
just or like it's like Phantasm. I'm just worried something's gonna come and shoot out, and
come and shoot out. Nice
Just-
phrasing. Boom.
it's a scary situation. But I do. But like now I'm at the point where, you know, PR, people and publicists hit me up where I barely even have to do any work to book anyone because people are hitting me up, and people I actually want to talk to and are big. You know, I had Gary Holt, who was in Slayer and Exodus this week. I had Mark Tremonti from Creed and Alter Bridge, and those are like for my show, those are big guests, and
Absolutely.
so it's pretty cool.
I mean, you're that for us. So thank you,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sick.
Mr. Doc fucking Coyle. You know, I'm curious.
Coitus.
Because you've had 170 some odd episodes now. Has there been anything off the top of your head that, because like I know that you've known a lot of these people that you've been on in some capacity or another. But has there been anybody, and I'm sure yes, but if anyone really stands out that surprised you, like you started talking and things just kind of either went a direction you didn't expect, or in a good or a bad way, but just something that was just like, man, that's gonna stick with me. That was just such a deviation from what my expectations were of this conversation.
I'm trying to think. It's dude, I've done so many. I'm trying to think of any that have definitively surprised me. I mean, nothing too left field. Like I said, for the most part, I have a relationship with certain people. I think, listen, all the shows are different. Sometimes you get someone, you got maybe some questions or some topics, and you ask them one question, and then a half hour's going by, and you're like, all right, I gotta try and you realize you're like, yeah, it really doesn't fucking matter what my questions are. They're kind of just gonna go off. And then some people are a lot more short and curt, and they're, not quite as talkative, So I wouldn't say there's any great surprises, but there's definitely been pleasant surprises, like having
good or bad.
I had Dee Snider, from Twisted Sister on the show, and it was like,
I would love to talk to D. Fucking
and it was everything you'd hoped it would be. He was just entertaining and informative. Like I felt like when I speak with people like that, I feel like I'm getting an education to some degree. And I try and go, and and that the crux of my show is going, okay, you were doing a thing, it was working out, and at some point it wasn't working out, and you had to figure out what the fuck you're doing with your life. And so I'm here with someone there that, from the perspective of someone like myself, is a very successful, very famous person, but their trajectory was not just up to the top. It was a lot of bumps in the road. So when you hear that and you hear the person talking about it and what they do, you go, okay, I need to be taking these notes. I need to be like, so in a lot of ways, it's almost like it's like when I talk to someone like him, it's like I get a 1 hour mentorship, right? Where I can just go and like, okay, let me absorb some of this wisdom and, and just take it with me,
Yeah. He's a really interesting guy. Super nice.
Yeah,
I've had the good fortune of meeting him a couple times because I'm friends with Jesse. I don't know if you know Jesse, his son, Jesse.
No.
So I've known Jesse actually hosted when we headlined Starland Ballroom many years ago, and we met him at a benefit. So I've known him for a really long time. And the one thing I have to say, talking about surprises, the thing that surprised me the most about D was how insanely fucking tall he is, and how crazy long his hair is.
Like 6'4".
Yeah.
Shit! I didn't know that. I mean, I figured he was. He always looked tall in the videos.
He looks like lanky and shit, but like when you're next to him, because I'm 6'1" and change or something, whatever. Doc, you're a bigger guy, Dane too, and like I'm not often like I'm next to someone, I'm like, fuck, like what are like up there, Just super surprised me after seeing him for so many years on like a tiny screen, But no, he's one of those dudes. What another thing that's really been inspirational about D's his obvious his impact on things outside of music, even though they were music related in like a political sense. He's been one of those dudes who had no problem just like
voice.
This is what my opinion is on this matter, and I'm gonna go and put this shit on blast in the entire world's eye view there. And it's been one of those because you don't hear it as much in the music, but you do, but you don't. It's not as straightforward as it is. It's like something like ours, like our opening song, "Little Baby Bunker Bitch," is really that's surf. It's like
It's
straight up-
amazing, is what it is.
yeah, that's fair. But like you have someone who's it's interesting to me that you can have guys like that. Like I'm sure most people don't think of Dee Snider as being like an activist of any kind.
Didn't he
Unless
do?
they
He did. No,
know
no, no.
those
Yeah, he did
elements. They
the,
just know like the well, no,
the
you
advisor,
know
parental
you know.
advisory thing. Wasn't that him?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
With
PMRC.
That's in there. That's
but
in there.
what was the woman's name?
I forgot her name.
Tipper
but he
Gore.
smacked-
Tipper Gore.
Yeah,
thank you.
Tipper Gore, and he dragged her, and it was great.
So like, but people just it's like you think Twisted Sister, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it doesn't have this automatic association. Like I don't think Twisted Sister or Dee Snider. My first thing in most people's minds is not that. And he's one of those that's been able to go out and have like a pretty loud opinion on a big stage and still maintain this. You're still this guy. Whereas a lot of other people get like I've been seeing a lot of shit. Like Mark Morton's been getting a lot of crap online and stuff for being very politically outspoken from Lamb of God. And it's just I wonder now is that even possible to have an opinion outside of your music without it coloring everything now? Because I'm like, be honest, and again, not to get into it, I have a hard time listening to old Bad Wolves records now, knowing too much. And there was this shit
You're not the only one.
Really I genuinely really like.
Just so you know.
There's some like even Manson will come on. I grew up listening to Marilyn Manson.
He was at the Kanye West thing. Anybody?
Another one. It's
He's
just
he's on a track or something, and the producer I was working with last night was like, he's on this song, and I was like, I don't care about either one of them, and I don't know, maybe that's just a me thing where like if you go that far out of your way to be a cunt, then I'm like, I guess, I don't need to know what new shit you're working on. I like the old shit. I'll fuck with the old shit, but beyond that,
sometimes
cool.
I don't know what I haven't been able to categorize or figure out what the degrees are, but there are instances in which I can still listen to someone regardless. Like you were saying earlier, like Leonard Skinner. Can
you said that. You said that you could do that.
It's
Michael
just good,
Jackson.
and I want to listen to it because it's the art, not the people who made the art. I'm
right.
listening. It's like we don't know. I have no fucking idea what Da Vinci was really like. For all I know, he was racist as shit too, right? But I can
probably. I mean.
Product.
The odds are,
I'm saying,
for
so
sure.
I can appreciate the final product. I don't have to like the dude as much. I don't know enough, whatever. Then I'm just like,
I mean, he never painted a black person. I mean, if you think about it, no, hold on, ready? All right, this is for
not
sure.
really
whiskey.
struggling it, did he?
This is for sure whiskey, but also like, okay, the most beautiful woman ever painted was the Mona Lisa. All right, why couldn't it be Tawana?
Well, but
were there none? Were there none?
I mean, where did he live?
He was in Italy.
Facts. He was in Italy. He was in Italy, but like not. I don't think it was in Italy at a time when they were like fucking embracing black culture or anything.
Well, no, but also you have to think about a time before international travel and
true.
Like basically, there's a good chance before a certain time you would live your whole life and never see anyone that looked different than you.
That's
so
true.
Unless you lived in like a port city that had a lot of trade or something like that. If you lived in a rural farmland, you may go your whole life. The only time you'd actually encounter someone who looked different than you was in war.
Facts. So, yeah.
Paint what you know, right?
All right.
I real quick go into chat here. I see.
Shit.
Says Melissa Cross had surprising things to say. I missed that comment. It was a few minutes ago, but I'm curious what that was in reference to because we were just talking about Melissa on I think the episode AJ was on.
Love Melissa.
I fucking love Melissa. Like I wanted to do a whole appreciation.
She was a guest on my podcast.
Was she?
Yeah.
I should interrupt, man. She was amazing. She was one of those people who's just like has boundless positivity.
Yeah, I need to call her.
Love those types of people.
I absolutely love Melissa Cross. She's been
hey Santino.
I said it on the.
Do you see him just flex on us, low key? You see him just yeah. Oh yeah, I need to call her. Thanks, bud. Thanks. Okay.
Well, I think I might be capable of that one too. But if she's
do it, both of you call her and put her on the show.
It's like 10:30 there, so
it is. It is late.
No, but fucking Melissa. I was saying this to Channer too when he was on. She is, and I'm sure you'll agree with this. She is probably one of the most underrated, but also most influential people in hard music ever. That people just don't even know she exists. but
I can
she's
see
worked
that.
with like every singer you've ever listened to in like,
remember you saying that.
like in like a real way, an impactful way. It's fucking nuts, and she's just she's amazing. I fucking love Melissa. I can't say that enough on the show. I think I really do think we need to reach out to her now. But the problem is,
I'm
we
down.
get drunk and ask her signature sex move, and I'm
No, I mean,
Let's do it.
I'm not gonna deny that. I have
You
no
do
leg to stand on in
You have no-
denying that.
yeah,
I would do it just because
I know.
you're afraid of it.
I'm well aware. Anywho,
Dane.
so,
Nice to meet all of you.
Doc, what do you guys got coming up?
Yes,
I know
Doc.
you have the record October 29th. Dear Monsters comes out, right?
Yeah,
And
that's it. That's it. We're just putting out a record, and then we're just gonna go sailing and forget about everyone. No, I mean, yes, the record comes out October 29th, and there will be commensurate materials, music videos, and press, and all that kind of stuff. I think we're going to be able to play live next year, so hopefully we'll get something solid about that sooner than later. But right now, in many ways, I think it's okay because there's so much uncertainty in the touring market right now, and I also like the idea of giving people time to just get familiar with the record and enjoy it. So by the time they do see us, it won't be like, oh, the record came out last month, and by the time they hear it, they'll be familiar with it. And I think there's so much you can do in digital spaces now to connect with your fans, to promote your music, and yeah, so it'll be pretty cool. I can't wait for people to hear the full record because it ain't none to fuck with, yo.
No,
y'all think y'all heard y'all one song when you hear this shit.
I can attest to this.
I love that.
I have been fortunate enough to hear the whole thing, and it is. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I just did. But yeah, it's phenomenal. So I'm very much looking forward to the rest of the world hearing that shit. It is. It's one of those things like when you started playing, I was like, oh, cool. Like the first one, oh, that's the single. Like I think Lifeline was actually one of the first tracks you played me, and then you played another one. I was like, oh shit. Like oh no, maybe that's the single. And then there was like that happened like 3 or 4 times through the record. I was like, oh no, that's a fucking single too. Like so, I'm excited to hear you got a lot of fucking bangers on that, man. And DL flexes the pipes, and you flex the guitar playing, man. Like all y'all motherfuckers. Like
I mean, clearly
there's some tasty shit on that record that I'm looking forward to people hearing.
Some
tasty things, man.
Do what I can,
Yeah, you Doc.
I'm nice with these strings, bro.
But yeah, dude, I'm very excited for everybody here. I don't know. I'm again not sure if I can bring it. There was something we discussed once, possibly in December. So I don't know if that's still up in.
Oh yeah, that's on the back burner for now.
Okay,
but
we'll talk about it then. We'll leave it for them.
Yeah.
But that's it. So do you have a new episode of the X-Men coming up with a guest that you want to plug here or?
Yeah, just a couple I mentioned. I have a episode out with Nate Garrett from Spirit Adrift that came out yesterday, and yeah, like I said, I actually talked to my first film director the other day. This guy, David Yarovsky. What's that?
You're about to talk to your second, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But he directed Brightburn. I don't know if you've seen that.
I fucking love that. Yeah. I mean, I kind of love that movie. Yeah.
He has a new film on Netflix called Night Books, a little more kind of children horror oriented, but and he's real connected with James Gunn, who does like Guardians and stuff. So it's like just a cool opportunity for me to kind of nerd out on that stuff, and but yeah, I have some cool stuff coming down the pike. As always.
He's doing the Brightburn guy's doing is there like an anime series or something on Netflix? I just heard, I think based on the Brightburn world that's going to be on Netflix as well.
He didn't mention it to me, so
I don't know if he's involved or not, but I literally just read it and I thought that was really fucking interesting.
Yeah,
interesting spin. So I know you have doccoyle.net, right? People can buy your merch, find the links to all your shit and whatnot.
Yeah, my shit is mad outdated though, so.
Fair enough.
I fucking hate it. I need people for that. Fucking hate that shit.
Man. Yeah. And so it's one of those things we keep. I think like we've known you were coming on the show for like 2-3 weeks or something,
bro.
And I think I've added your flyer like 3 days ago, and it was Channer for like I ghosted on it. I posted it everywhere else and stuff, but I went to the website like a couple days. I was like,
what?
Oops, I'm fucking up, y'all. I apologize. Chat, I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Your fault.
Forgive me. Shit.
Forgive me, Father, for they know not what they do.
His voice though.
Doc, I want
It's
to say
like-
thank you so much for coming.
wait. Can I say I got to? All right. Is it fucked up if I'm like I got a semi just from that? Is it fucked up? Is it fucked up?
told you.
I don't
told
talk
you.
to me.
I make love.
You didn't even have the guitar.
Okay.
Right.
I'm just saying, like,
There
not
would
like,
be
not like,
forever.
wait, not like fully.
Maybe I try.
Don't be in my fucking IG talking about, oh, you said some sus ass shit. Look, fuck that. That's a voice though. Like you felt in my loins,
In
there
the
was a
loins.
tickle. All I'm
Deep
saying.
in there,
Sir.
right in the cradle of the
That's what I do.
loins.
Sir.
All right, so I want to. I've been holding it in my loins.
Do it. Say it. Let it go.
and
Splash it all over his face.
Harking back to a few points
I
of
don't
this
know what that
conversation we've had, I wanted to close on this note here. Doc is not good at taking compliments, as he's admitted in this.
True.
But I don't care. So I'm going to say this, and I've said this to you to your face, sir. I've said it to your face. Mind you, we were both drinking, and it was weird, but I did it anyway. I just want to say two things.
Paul did that shit.
One, I fucking love you, man.
Love you
I
too.
fucking love you, Doc. You're good
Aw.
peoples. I'm
She don't mean turn
very,
away?
Very,
You
very
want me to-
glad to call
you
you
don't
a
look?
friend. But two, I've said this to you, and I just want chat to notice, and anyone watching now or in the future and stuff. Like, I met Doc because we were mutual friends with some guys. Kill Code, shout out to Kill Code and all them back in New York when we were living in the city, and we both ended up in a music video together for them, just as like a favor for the guys. And we just were standing next to each other at, I think it was the Knitting Factory in Brooklyn, and just started bullshitting. I don't even think I knew who he was at first. And I was just kind of like, oh yeah, it's, whatever, just dude's fucking cool. And we were just bullshitting for like a while and drinking, and that was it. And then it kind of came up, whatever, that he was in God Forbid. Now, I was growing up in the New Jersey rock metal scene and stuff, and God Forbid was like the stuff of legend in where I was growing up.
Yeah.
And for me, more specifically, for a very long time, and I've said this to you before, but for a very long time, people would talk like, what's the best show you've ever seen? Like people, be an interview question or something when I was in Scarlet and stuff. And I would always reference, I saw, God Forbid, at Starland Ballroom with, I think it was Norma Jean and Throwdown. And who was the other one?
That's a big
Life Once Lost and For the Love of.
There you go. So
God
fucking, I
damn.
saw it was just a baller lineup. But I remember seeing you guys up on stage. It was one of the tightest fucking shows. And I know you explained to me since it's because you had just gotten off a tour with Ozfest, I think, and then rolled
We were
into
in
something else too, right?
Yeah, we went to Japan. We were functioning on all cylinders.
You were fucking like absolutely primo, and I remember seeing like the back, like you and your brother, fucking Byron. The whole everything was just, it was the record, and that's not an easy style of music to not sound like. Usually that genre sounds a little dirty live, and that's kind of the magic of it sometimes. But you guys are just fucking just dialed in, and I remember watching that show, going, any band I'm in from here forward needs to be. That's the goal.
That tight.
That's
Yeah,
the goal.
on it.
That's the bench. That's the benchmark. Like shit needs to be this tight. People watch. First off, we never hit it ever. Never even got fucking close. There would be tracks.
That's why it's the bar.
The whole thing, and still, I don't think I ever got fucking near close.
You haven't
But I
played a
will-
show with me yet, bud.
That's fair, but
Just
I'm
saying.
talking about a whole. 5
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
You and
I
I,
don't
on
fuck
track.
around though.
You and I can yell to an instrumental all we want. It'll be great. Maybe we'll get Doc up there
And guitars. Yeah.
We'll make it happen. But anyway,
Doc.
you
Oh my
are-
God, Doc. Oh, we'll talk offline.
We'll talk. So anyway, I just want to. I'm
He's
close
like,
to-
what the fuck?
Doc, you are. You have been the way that you said you've had people on your podcast that have been an inspiration to you. I want to say this in front of everybody, and I'm not ashamed to say it. You have been an inspiration to me. I greatly appreciate your friendship and your musicianship, but also how almost obnoxiously humble you are. That's fucking awesome.
Life humbles me, man.
Right? You know
I
what I'm
got
saying?
problems, bro.
Man, you're good
You don't know my
people.
struggle. No, I'm just playing.
And while yes, we can all say that the good things that happen for sure are a good chunk of luck. If you don't want to say it for yourself, there is a good chunk of hard work and talent mixed in there, man. So I am. It has been amazing to watch the great things that you have been able to accomplish, even after God forbid, in all such sense. Because I know a lot of people, they get stuck on one thing, and then it's hard to come, back in some capacity where they feel like, oh, I've gotten past that thing that I once was. And you've done that tenfold, and it's been amazing to watch. And greatly appreciate you coming on and being just being a good dude. And obviously, I love the fact that I call you a friend. Dane, I'm sorry.
Hey, Doc.
Sorry,
Hey,
I feel like
Doc.
I'm cheating
Hey, Doc.
on you with
Hey,
this,
Doc.
but-
Hey, Doc. Hey, Doc. Have you ever stood in a shower of affection? Because that's what that was. You're welcome.
He just did.
Just take
I
it in.
felt like it was more like a fire hydrant. Like
Just Watch your eyes.
Yeah.
All
What
right.
happens with the Doc Coitus, just get a fire hydrant. Anywho, Doc, thank you. If there's anything else you want to say to anybody who's watching, anything else you want to plug, anything, closing words, final statements before we close the call.
I'm the anti-plug. It's like stop following me on the internet.
Leave
Stop watching my band's music videos. Got too many views, man. Cramping my style.
I fucking love it.
He has reverse psychology.
I like
Okay.
that. Do not follow that Doc
buying
Coyle.
my shit.
Don't do it. Don't
give me any more money. I don't want your money. I don't want to fuck your bitch. Stop it.
Pockets are full with hundreds. Right? I can't stuff another one in there.
Watch it work. Watch it
world
work.
to not have.
All right, sorry.
But no, just listen. Thanks for having me. That's all I say. I wish I was as sipped up as Dane. I only brought one thing.
I got
that was
lit
it.
quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So here's what we'll do. Well, maybe if we can.
I had a rough week, man. It's been a long day. I don't know what to tell you.
You don't need an excuse to drink. It's Thursday. You've hit your threshold.
Boom.
Hold on. So there's a question for me.
We lost your camera, Doc.
You lost me?
A question for
There is a
Lumix.
question here.
What happened?
I just see
shit.
Lumix webcam software.
That brand new gear, bro.
Oh, did my phone die? Did the camera die?
Yeah,
Well, I can hear you though.
Well, fucking hey, real quick. Well, let's get this
What's your
question
question?
here.
Yeah.
Doc, sorry, shredding or more effects when slow with soul is
the battery's dead.
We got audio still though, so you want to answer this real quick before we lose you?
To this one question, and then you can let me go. Damn camera! Wow.
Timed out.
Doc, guitar question: shredding or more effects when slow with soul isn't gelling? I don't really understand that. I think I know what he means. I think he means like, is it better to like play fast and go crazy,
right, or have more effects on when the soul you're playing isn't?
Yeah, listen, I think it just depends on the song, and the part, and it's not like one is better than like I prefer to play with feeling, but I like lighten it up sometimes too, and letting the sparks fly. So I think you have to play for the song, and especially when you're developing a guitar solo, it should have a narrative. It should build. It should help the song. It should be a peak of the song and make the song better. Because if it's not, then why is there a guitar solo there?
Yeah.
It
should be
great
the
answer.
opposite of our
Great
show.
fucking answer, by the way.
The opposite of this podcast. It should have direction and purpose.
Okay. Listen, I feel like we have purpose.
We do.
Maybe
Our
not
purpose is to
direction,
here's
but
our
purpose.
to make everybody smile when they watch it.
Well,
Or hard or wet or whatever.
As they call me in the streets, Lumix Johnson.
So
That's what they call me, man.
around the way, they know me as
the webcam man.
That's how.
So we can't see your beautiful face, which is we're all being deprived right now of that pun. But Doc, thank you again for coming.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much. This is what you do when you go big time with a nice camera. It stops working.
That's it, man.
So
Ian's the co-host, and he's had to happen multiple times. So
you guys were the guinea pig for this camera. So
hey, whatever. I broke a glass somehow.
We're cool with that. If something doesn't break during an episode of Failure Made Monsters, was it really an episode of Failure Made Monsters?
Exactly.
Just saying. So anyway, Doc Coyle, thank you so much, man, brother. We appreciate you.
You're awesome.
Be good. Peace.
Later. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was
Wait. I have something I want to say.
What?
I'm not a Doc Coyle person. I plug shit. I don't give a fuck. If you have not seen it yet, or if you have not heard about it yet, I did the cover of a magazine.
That's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
It's Vampire Magazine. Vampire spelled with a Y, not an I, and it's at vampiremagazine.com. And I'm on the cover of it, and I am.
And look it up.
Blinking on who did the makeup, but Ashley Von Helsing shot it, and she did an amazing fucking job, and it looks really great. And if you haven't checked it out,
amazing, model to work with. So
I mean, no, but no, seriously, it was really cool because one, that whole little scene, big part of it and everything, and whatever.
Absolutely.
Everybody that's a part of it is super fucking cool. So if you haven't checked it out, go ahead and vampiremagazine.com. You can order it online, or there's a print copy as well. So yeah,
check it out. And of course, if you aren't already, please, pretty please, with the cherry on top, follow Dane the Great DAYNETHEGR8 on Instagram. And of course,
Send me nudes.
yours truly, Santino the Misfit, SANTINO THEMISFIT. And obviously, don't follow our guest at DOC
Because he does not want you.
Doc Coyle. Don't do that.
Don't give him money.
Absolutely do not.
Don't attempt to try to find a way to suck his dick.
No, don't do that.
Wait, don't do that. Don't actually don't. Yeah.
No, correct. Don't actually do that.
Yep.
Or maybe do. But no,
Or do. I don't know his life.
Don't listen to Bad Wolves' new single Lifeline. Don't go watch the video on YouTube. Absolutely
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's going to be the worst experience of your life. You're going to see so much shit you do not want to see. Do not do it.
Don't want to see it. You do not want to see it. And you really, really don't want to listen to the X-Man podcast, EX-Man with Doc Coyle.
It's so bad. Oh my God. It will offend your grandma.
It'll ruin your day.
Ruin your day. Nudity,
if you like, metal, hard music, rock, and all, like, it'll ruin your day. So don't.
And Anita, yes, that was my first cover. Sorry, I just saw that.
Congratulations, Dane.
Yeah, first cover. I've been in magazines, but yeah, first cover. And thanks. Yeah. Anyway, stop. I'm done. Thank you, teeners. I love you.
Love you too, brother. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Failure Made Monsters. Obviously, you can follow us online at failureMadeMonsters.com, where you'll find the links to our Twitch at Santino the Misfit, at Dane the Great, or our Mainstream Misfits YouTube channel, where you can click that little bell, that little subscribe and notification bell to find out when we are live next. We are doing a bit of a freeform schedule this season to kind of curtail our schedule to the guests. So we will post up on Failure Made Monsters Instagram and Facebook pages when our next show is, which should be next week. We're just locking in the day for sure. But yeah, so come on in and join us in the live chat during the broadcast, or of course, if you want to watch the episode after the fact, because that's what most of us do, is head over to the YouTube channel Mainstream Misfits, and you can watch all past episodes. Our last one with director Scott Hansen, before that AJ Chandler from Fire from the Gods, or you can listen to the audio only version on the podcasts networks that exist in the world. Like Doc said, if you don't know, then you probably don't deserve to listen to it. So we got it, Spotify, iTunes, all that happy horse shit. It's good. FailureMadeMonsters.com. Chat, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate the interaction as always. We love you guys. Dane, you the man, and Mr. Doc Coyle, thank you so much for being a guest this evening. It's been a great time. If I could, I really couldn't think of a better way to spend a Thursday night other than doing
seriously
this. Wait,
facts.
What?
I said facts.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Anything but this?
Anything but this?
Yeah, anything but this.
I mean, but I had fun with this. Stop being mean.
I'm fucking out.